All right. So we're going to be talking about another way that you can be saving money as an advertiser. So if you have an e-commerce store, if you have a software company, if you have a SaaS tool that you're running advertisements on and you have an active funnel, then this is going to be something you're going to want to watch in order to save your budget and use every one of your advertising dollars to the max. So I'm going to be showing you a tool you could use today to shortcut the data collection process in your ads and help you cut ad sets that are not efficient much faster. So if your ads are bleeding cash, you feel like you don't have control over your ad spend and you're trying to minimize just wasted ad budget, then you're going to want to make sure you have a good understanding of your ad funnel from A to Z and you can trust the data that you're collecting. That's the most important thing when you're an advertiser. You're relying on the data that your ad platforms are telling you. Whether you're running on TikTok or Google or Meta, you're going to be running into the same issues when it comes to scaling. You're going to have to make decisions based off of your in-platform or traffic data, and you're going to have to make expensive decisions that can cost you your whole business. So pay attention, look for the same problems in your own business, and try to implement these types of fixes fast. So your ads are hitting the wrong people, your slow targeting is killing your ROAS, and if you're targeting people that are outside of your purchasing set and you don't have a good way to expand that audience, expand the initial small pool of people you've been advertising to, you're going to run into a tanking ROAS and you're going to run into ad fatigue. You're going to spend money, advertisements on the same people over and over, expecting that you're going to get back to a performance level that you were in the past. So if you've got into the 10, 15K a month spend, you're looking at good return and you feel like you're just going to push those same ad sets and suddenly get proportional results at 20, 30, 40K a month spend, you could be mistaken in a lot of ways. So you're going to want to be looking at every one of your ad sets and understanding what stage are you looking at. Is it something that's still testing and collecting data to optimize for the in-platform AI algorithm, whether it's a auto bid or it's a manually set up campaign? You need to understand and categorize everything in your ad account. Anytime you're going to open up your ad account, if you don't have a good picture of what's in a testing phase, what's scaling, and sort of what are your winners, you need to look past just what's getting you the few sales and look what's actually spending money out of your account. A big mistake people make is they're just looking at the results. Of course, that's what matters, but another thing that when you're looking at ad spend that matters even more is what's leaving your account. Obviously, your payment processor and how much money you're collecting as a result of your ads is the most important thing. But if you don't have an understanding of all of these additional ad sets that are still spending money and you don't really need to be spending for to get results, that's where a majority of your savings are going to come from. And a lot of time, this is not even your fault. You are expecting the algorithms to perform how they have promised. And when you're spending ad dollars in, you're expecting that your North Star metric is going to be maintained to a certain level. So the problem is more going to be coming from what type of ad data and what type of sales are you collecting in order to feed the Meta or Google algorithm the right information. So most brands, when they're spending on scaled campaigns, they're almost guessing on who to target. They have a certain amount of base data telling them they have purchases, a few hundred purchases collected in their Google Manager, and they're looking at those as sort of a core audience. And when people feel like they have validation to scale, they spend money based off of that data, based off of the few hundred purchases that tell them that their product or funnel has been validated. They give themselves a green light to start spending money like crazy. And data takes weeks to build right. If you think you've built the data right and you're ready to scale, that's a different story. And you have a good understanding of all your customers coming in, it's a different conversation to be having. We're talking about ways that you can save money in your ad account off the bat. If you're still spending to collect that initial data, of course there's going to be some waste, and of course you're going to be overspending. But you need to have strict guidelines on what your testing period is, when you're planning on ending that, and what a good test looks like. After it doesn't reach those thresholds, or it does reach those thresholds, you should be taking appropriate actions as soon as you get to that point. So now let's talk about igleads.io. So this is a cool new platform. It's not too new, it's been out for a few years, but it's something that I've been using for about a year and a half now, not only for ad accounts, but for scaling with some B2B customers. This is a phenomenally powerful tool in all data collection. So if you're running PPC ads on Meta or on Google, you're going to want to utilize as much outside data as possible. And when I mean outside data, I'm talking about competitor data, I'm talking about competitor pages, I'm talking about products being purchased that are very similar to yours from customers that are very similar to yours. When you're purchasing this data through testing ads, it could be very expensive. You could be spending thousands of dollars to get one conversion event optimized under one ad funnel, under one ad set. It's going to take time, it's going to take money. One way to sidestep this, and I'm going to show you a very specific case where you can use this. You can use igleads.io to scrape customer profiles and specific direct-to-consumer data. So, for example, you're selling a product related to fitness and health. So you can go into igleads.io and you can look for similar profiles based off of that hashtag, and you're able to scrape thousands of people for basically no money. So if you look at the platform itself, and it's a very intuitive, simple platform. They make it as simple as possible. I'm not going to go into my scrapes here, but I just want to show you exactly what it would look like as an example. You can go to the United States, look for B2C customers, and if you're in the fitness niche, maybe you're targeting, you can look for as many competitors as possible in that industry and then come up with a way to find the most concentrated keywords in which those customers would be in. So if you are in fitness, for example, and you're selling some kind of workout or pre-workout brand, you can search up in here. You can put hashtag pre-workout. Very simple. And you guys are going to think, what if these people are too hyper-targeted? What if they're not the right people to buy my product? The point here is we can go and scrape 10,000 people, and we can pull unlimited emails from IG Leads, and we can go ahead and upload that as a custom audience. So that's what I want to talk about here. When you take 10,000 emails that are within your industry, within your niche, and you go ahead and you have their emails, you have their profiles, and again, you should make sure that these emails are good. I would say go and put them into a email verifier of some sort. There's a lot out there. Make sure that they're valid emails, and you will have a much better base to work off of than a completely random custom audience. So what you're going to do, you're going to go to IG Leads, you're going to find out whether you're going to target by hashtag, by keywords, and you're going to look for specific ways to, you're going to look for specific lists of customers that you can pull from here. And once you have that, you can do that in 10 minutes. You guys can go and sign up on here. They have some affiliate program, but I don't care. I'm not going to be linking an affiliate link. Just go to igleads.io and start scraping. You'll have thousands of customers that are potentially interested in your product. Now, the point of this, as you guys will probably know from here, is take that niche and start targeting the shit out of it on your accounts. Take those hot leads, you can say people that are extremely targeted and focused within your niche, put those into custom audiences, and create 1% lookalike audiences out of them. This is the main part. Once you've uploaded them into custom audiences, you're going to get a base populated audience. It's going to be very small. You get 10, 20,000 people total after you spend time. You need to turn these lists into a few million people of lookalike audiences. Now, put it at the 1%. ROAS will skyrocket. You're going to have a testing ROAS like you've never had before. And as long as you understand your customer and the people that you're pulling are relevant to the space, if you have a service-based business, it's going to look a little bit different. If you have an e-commerce business, it's going to look different. The point here is you're trying to enrich your traffic data directly through third-party sources and give your meta platforms a leg up. So you want to make sure that not only are the people you're scraping relevant to your audience, that you're verifying them, whether you're using a third-party enrichment tool or you're getting all the data within IG leads, you're going to be getting their emails, and most of them are already going to be verified, but just make sure that everybody you're uploading is as quality as possible. And then Meta can do its best possible work here. When you're running a test audience with a completely cold, broad targeting in the US versus the same broad targeting with the lookalike audiences as the target group, you're going to see a night and day difference in terms of how fast you collect conversion data and how fast Meta is able to optimize for that. So you're going to see a difference as fast as you implement this. Spend 5 minutes today, 10 minutes today, scrape some data, try this out, upload an audience, and this can be a nice game changer for you in the right niche, and this could be relevant enough for you to build audiences off of. If you're in a niche where customer data is more long tail and that you're looking for conversions on a 30, 40-day time period, whether it's a subscription service, it's a software tool, this could be more useful if you use it for direct outreach. And I'll make entire videos about direct outreach for services and how to use ads to create that funnel. But if you're an e-commerce store, this is an absolute leg up for you to quickly come out of the gate with better custom audiences and just better, faster data collection. And when you have those lookalike audiences in there and you're getting conversions off of the bat, you're going to spend less time in the data collection phase, and that's going to be even a 10-20% savings on that level, which could be translated to thousands of dollars. So if you found this helpful, guys, make sure you subscribe. And if you are spending $15,000 a month on your ad platforms and you want us to go through your accounts, see where we can slash your budgets, book a free audit at conversionwin.com. And that's it for this one, guys.